48 years back, the Pentagon Papers revealed the lies and deception of America's war in Vietnam. The papers exposed a credibility gap, the difference between what the US government tells Americans and what really happens when they are at war. It seems nothing has changed over the years. America's wars have not ended, neither have America's lies. Now, a new report by the Washington Post claims that the US and its officials lied to keep the war in Afghanistan going.
An attack which led to an invasion.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against Al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan.
What followed was 2 decades of war. Billions of dollars squandered, thousands of lives lost. 18 years down the line, the American occupation of Afghanistan still grinds on. And now a new report claims that it was all a lie. The war was never winnable. For 18 years, the United States resorted to an old tactic from the Vietnam War, misleading public opinion. The revelations are part of confidential documents obtained by the Washington Post. Documents which prove that the United States tried concealing doubts that it could be successful in its efforts. Turns out, it was all a conspiracy. From George Bush to Barack Obama and now Donald Trump, 3 consecutive White House administrations have been blamed for lying to Americans about the failures of the war. The Washington Post fought a 3-year legal battle to be able to release these papers under the Freedom of Information Act. What are these documents? They are 2,000 pages of notes from unpublished interviews with people who played a direct role in the war, from generals to diplomats to aid workers and Afghan officials. 400 insiders have been reported as criticizing Washington's ever-changing strategy in Afghanistan. The shortcomings in developing an effective fighting force, failures to defeat the Taliban, and fighting corruption within the Pentagon. Douglas Lute is a 3-star U.S. Army general. He served as the White House's Afghan war leader. The report cites an interview he gave in 2015. General Lute is said to have confessed to interviewers that his forces were devoid of any fundamental understanding of Afghanistan. They didn't know what they were doing. The United States government shielded the identities of Lute, Douglas, and the vast majority of others interviewed. The investigation further highlights America's botched attempts to curtail corruption. It says Washington wasted enormous sums of money trying to remake Afghanistan. The United States government is yet to carry out a comprehensive accounting of how much it has spent on the war in Afghanistan. The costs are staggering. Washington has spent close to $978 billion in Afghanistan. But every data point was altered to present the best picture possible. The cache of interviews broadly resembles the Pentagon Papers, the United States Defense Department's top secret history of the Vietnam War. The year was 1971. The Pentagon Papers caused a sensation by revealing the blatant lies of the Johnson administration. 48 years down the line, the revelations are similar. Did the United States even know who it was fighting, let alone why? Was Al-Qaeda the enemy, or was it Taliban? Was Pakistan a friend or adversary? The United States may still not have an answer. The specter of Vietnam has hovered over Afghanistan ever since the war began. And now Washington's bluff may have been called off once again. Bureau Report, Wion. World is One.